Coach.
Okay, good morning. Obviously, you guys saw the news with MJ yesterday, so that's confirmed via MRI. He'll get surgery. He's out for this season. Disappointed. Obviously, injuries are the worst part about our game, but he will bounce back. I know what he's made of, and I know he's got our support. He's got his teammates' support. So, but with that, I'll take any questions.
Greg obviously steps up, or continues kind of in that base defense as that outside guy, but what's sort of the mix behind him, if you could, just how do you see sort of that group?
I need to work through it. I think that's the thing that we've seen certainly this season. Every season you'll have injuries at positions, and guys have to earn roles, and I think that's what training camp is about, really figuring that out.
Obviously, Cam Mitchell, I would think, would be in that mix.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen from him in his couple of years?
Yeah, Cam's always done a nice job. He's productive when he's out there. I think he's ball aware, very intelligent player, even though where'd he go to college, you remember? Northwest.
You might have two of those out there.
Who?
Greg.
Oh, Greg, and yeah. Scott's happy.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday with Martin, but he was really determined to have that bounce back season.
Yeah.
We talked about doing all this.
I know. Yeah, tough.
Makes it even tougher?
Tough. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Mary Kay. It's hard any which way. I mean, these guys put so much into this game, physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's an injury like that. It's just I don't want to see any of our players ever in that position. It's tough, tough to see. Having said that, I know what this kid's made of. Yesterday was a lot, and he's sore today, and it's going to be tough. But I know what he's made of.
Did you get a chance to talk to MJ?
I did. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday and today. Yeah, he's hurting.
I don't think he missed any practices, but do you know, was he complaining of a calf strain at all this camp?
No. Yeah.
You don't know? Or?
No. Well, no, but I'm not going to get into all the specifics on that type of stuff.
Kevin, with the injured players, whether it's Martin's situation or JOK or what, any of them, how does the team sort of, what are some of the mechanisms, some of the things that the team tries to do to keep them involved, keep them, so they don't feel kind of on an island?
Yeah, it's a good question. It is hard, and that's part of this sport. Oftentimes, when you get injured, you have to go get surgery somewhere else, and then you come back, and whether you're rehabbing here or elsewhere, you're in the training room, and it's hard. It depends on where you are in your rehab, whether you can get back and join meetings, and even that can be hard mentally for some guys. Really need that and want that to stay in. Some guys, it hurts that they're not a part of it. So you try to just work with the player circumstantially where they are and what they need. But MJ is a big part of this football team, whether he's out on the field or not. He's a big part of this football team.
Kevin, the last periods yesterday with Gabriel and Shador,
Yeah.
How do you think the rookies handled that situation?
Yeah, I thought it was two really good 2-minute situations, Tony. The first one was need a field goal. Second one was need a touchdown. Obviously, the distances were different on both. The time was different on both. But that's really the first time to work those mechanics for our football team, and I thought the guys did a nice job. That Mayday field goal was not planned. That just happened, and I give credit to Bubba and the entire group in having the awareness that was coming. So we talk a lot of times as a team that we have to have shared situational awareness. We can't just have one coach or one player. Everybody has to be on top of it. So Bubba did what he's supposed to do, made a Mayday field goal alert before that play, and it ended up being a sack, and we executed the play.
Why didn't they kick the field goal?
It wasn't their day to kick. They kicked the day before.
Kevin, can you talk about, before you even get started, 3 key defensive players you don't have this year with JOK, Hicks, and now MJ? Can you talk about adjusting to that?
Yeah, listen, like I've said before, I don't want to lose any of our guys for any reason, but it's the nature of our game is that guys get injured, and then it's an opportunity for other guys to step up, and we've seen that over the course of time. Again, don't like any part of injuries for this team, for any team. We don't like this part of the game, but it's the reality of the game, and we have to have guys that step up.
You guys mentioned that Kenny Pickett would be reevaluated towards the end of the week. Is that something that you guys would do maybe on an off day Thursday? Is there any chance he could be back on Friday?
I would say, Mary Kay, with Kenny, with any player, you're really getting evaluated every day as you rehab and where you are. So with all of our injured players, with tomorrow being a non-practice day, although we'll work, that'll be a day to look at where everybody is and make a decision when appropriate on all of our players, Kenny included.
Just curious, I know earlier in the offseason workout program, you guys said that Nicky Needham was playing safety, but he has a lot of experience in that. With MJ's injury, is there any thought that maybe we'll try him a little bit more on the slot?
Yeah, I think all those things, Daniel, are things that we're going to work through, not just today, but in the near future as well.
Hey, Kevin, specifically, what do you like about those?
Yeah, first of all, he's very mature, even though for his age, I don't think he's yet 21. I think he's our only player that's not yet 21. But he's very mature, very intelligent, and then he's a productive player when the ball's in his hands. He turned on the tape. He's making plays in a really good conference as well. So like where he is, another player that we're seeing what he can do, see what he's capable of, but really has the right makeup.
Kevin, is it fair to say, because Shador hasn't gotten any reps with the ones, I know he's getting some of the twos now, but is it fair to say as you're trying to get this quarterback situation narrowed down here, you get deeper into camp, that he hasn't gotten reps now, he probably won't get any?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics on the players and where they're getting reps and those type of things. He's working extremely hard, like all those guys are. We're still not yet through the installation schedule. We're still just introducing 2-minute yesterday. We'll introduce some different distances today, situationally. So I wouldn't really think much past that.
What's the comfort level with Jerome Ford, and how nice is that to have when you have the uncertainty with the quick shot situation?
Jerome has really played well for us. He's a guy that has the home run ability at any moment's notice with his speed. I think he's gotten better over the course of his career in a bunch of different areas, including blitz pickup, the pass game, those type of things. So glad that he's getting healthier, and we're going to start seeing more and more of him in practice. But he's a guy that we've won with, that we've played well with, so we have a lot of confidence in Jerome.
Kevin, running receivers and running backs in and out almost every play. I think you've always done it. What is just the thought process?
Yeah, I think you want to. It's part conditioning. There's a lot that goes into it. But number one, we're in training camp, so we want to acclimate our bodies to getting ready for a season. I think there's a lot of communication that has to take place when you're going in and out of the huddle, and that's the premium if you want to operate successfully and efficiently as an offense. Is you have to know who's in and who's out. So really training those guys to be very communicative when they're coming on and off the field. You'll see we'll put the offense and the defense on the sideline as opposed to just putting the offense behind. It's just too easy for them to step in the huddle. So just trying to mimic the game and get their bodies and their minds ready for the season.
You have an injury update on Miles Hart. I didn't see him on the list.
He's excused for personal, but he'll be back soon.
I know you've been dealing with it since you got here, but Myles Garrett, it seems like he can just destroy practices. Right, he had a good day yesterday. He's always in the backfield. Like, do you have to and you talked yesterday about guys pulling off, but do you have to manage
yes,
exactly how much he can do so it doesn't ruin everything?
Yeah, one of Myles Garrett's least favorite moments is in practice when I don't call a sack. Because we're in a 2-minute, and if you're always going to call a sack with Myles, you won't get much work in that 2 minutes. So I did call one sack there when we got the Mayday field goal, like Tony was mentioning earlier. But there are going to be times where you let them play because we need to see it. So Myles, I've seen in practice settings versus really good tackles when we practice against other teams, I've seen him ruin the day for other teams. So I really appreciate that when that happens. But in the meantime, when it's Browns versus Browns, you just hope that I know this. Great players make other players great by how they practice hard, and Myles is making our team great with how he practices. And then when we go against other teams, he gets to ruin their day.
How do you think DeWand is handling that challenge so far?
Yeah, it is a challenge, and I think he's doing a nice job. Obviously, DeWand playing left tackle, rehabbing off of an injury, going against Myles every day, that will only make you better. There's going to be ups and downs, but I'd ask you to remember back to some of the teams we've practiced over the years and some really good tackles that we've practiced over the years that it's hard to block Myles, period, and it's hard to block him in a practice setting, game setting, you name it. So when you battle, you have your wins, you have your losses, I think it only makes you better.
Have you noticed that DeWand, Kevin, feels more comfortable there this year at left tackle than he did?
I think time on task, certainly you get more comfortable, Jeff, and I think that just only grows with each day.
When does your block 3 start?
Monday. Yeah, players are off Sunday. We'll start Monday, and then we travel, I believe, to Charlotte on Tuesday.
Did you get everything you wanted to accomplish in block 2? Kenny's not here.
Well, we're not done just yet. So we still got today, tomorrow, the next Friday, Saturday. We'll be in pads all of these days, Mary Kay, so this is a big part of part of training camp.
Kevin, when on draft day, when Judkins was drafted, there's use of the word bell cow, meaning workhorse guy.
Yeah.
With him not in there, are you back to committee approach at running back?
I think that's probably premature for me to say anything, with what it's going to be like. It's hard to say at this point, Tony. So just based on who's available to us, that's how we'll construct the plan.
What did you like about that? The new running back you signed earlier this week.
Yeah, guy who's been in different situations. We know he's intelligent, tough runner. So just knew that he's another guy to add to the mix.
How do you feel about Deontay Johnson so far? He's looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think like Deontay, is like anybody else. He's doing a nice job of picking things up and trying to stack every single day. He's got the right attitude, so just getting better every day, I think, has been evident.
Has anybody returned to practice that hasn't been sideline?
Probably, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Tony Brown, Tim Jenkins, Mike Woods.
No, they won't be back out there. Yeah, that group.
Kevin, for Luke Floria to go from a rookie tryout guy, and you can tryout guy for this opportunity. What is the skill set that made you guys want this extended?
Well, I call him Rambo because he wears that bandana across his head. So and apparently his high school coach called him Rambo too. So I'm on to something. He's a local kid. He's doing a nice job. Putting him in there at different spots. He continues to show up. I appreciate about this rookie class just in general. They're working extremely hard. They're doing what we're asking them to do. And the biggest thing for me is when you're evaluating these guys is putting them in some positions and see how they respond. I think he's responded really well.
Good.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it.